Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It is TLC. I poked in the eye. Live at 6:30. All right, it's Wednesday.
Yes.
And you know what this one wants to talk about?
Yep, sex. Mm-hmm. And communication. What a great pairing. Kind of like with the wine.
Oh my God, you're adorable. We already have a... Cool. I don't know who it was from, but that's awesome. All right, yeah.
Yay.
So we're going to talk about specifically, had those in the house. We're going to talk specifically about sex as it pertains to communication, communication as it pertains to sex. Right? So not as much dynamics that we've talked about in the past, but specifically about how do you communicate? How do you let the other person know that you're like, let's get it going on?
That's right. Especially if you are perhaps not the one that usually instigates, let's say. Or maybe you are and you're just wanting to
You're throwing another wrench in there.
Kind of did.
So one of the ways that you communicate, yo ladies work it. One of the ways is just that. Eye contact, checking them out.
And, you know, it's fun because we've recently kind of been playing with the word, do you want to make out? So it's to kind of come up with...
The make out is like, it's less... Oh, I like this is what you were saying before. It's less end game.
Yes.
So that's what we were chatting about before, is when there's all this focus on the end game. It's like, we gotta have sex, but not just have sex, you gotta orgasm. Like, we have to be successful. It's like, holy heck, when did it become a freaking sports game, right? So how do you communicate?
Yeah. And sometimes, obviously, it's not just words. It can be touch. And what I like doing is certainly when you're in the kitchen or something and not really noticing or something, and I just come up from behind and octopus you.
I like that a lot. Yeah, so touch, eyes, letting them know, like, you know, and it's so funny how many times you do it too. How many times do you actually do the sideways, like, you know, like.
Yeah.
Interesting that we turn our head to the side. It's like, come on, are you going to engage? Are you going to play with me? And how much is that initiation part of the banter? Like, that's part of the fun. If you think back to, like, picking each other up in the club. Hey, we were in the club.
Yeah.
We were in a pub. That back and forth kind of, like, engagement, back and forth. That's a lot of it is physical. It's eye contact. It's how are you positioning your body? Where are you looking on them? And then there's the words. And what words are you using? Are you, you know, finding words that are fun for the two of you, where it is like, you want to make out? You know, or do you like the words, do you want to make love? Do you like sex? Do you like fuck? Do you like get it on? So it's really important for you to identify what are the words you like to hear and say.
Yeah.
And then communicate that. Let them know.
And to also let them know what's not working for you. Because if you certainly want to get in the mood and they're saying something that just is like maybe too harsh and you're just like, oh, okay, yeah, I can get in. All right. Like, really have that really difficult conversation sometimes. It might be. And especially if it's been something you've been saying or doing for a while. Like to try something new.
Yes.
Try something different.
Well, I love what you're saying. Let's just pause on that for a second.
Yeah.
So if you are communicating in a way, or they're communicating in a way that feels to, like, say you don't like, hey, baby, you want to fuck? But some people might. Or maybe you've had a few glasses of wine and you're feeling like, more animalistic. Then it's okay. But having that conversation with your person is super important, so that they're not thinking, oh, it worked last time, so then I'm going to do it now and it'll work
Yeah.
now. And they're not even considering what is going on.
That is so important with communication. It really is about reading your audience. And in this case, it's your partner, it's your lover, it's wow. And to know that it might be different. What kind of day did they have? How are they feeling? Maybe they just want a massage and it's not about the end game whatsoever. They just want to be touched and just relax and just ease into maybe nothing more than just a massage. And just a massage is pretty amazing.
Yeah. And how do you know?
Yeah.
If you don't communicate.
Yeah. It's so important.
Clear is kind. And especially with this, because if you are able to express what, like with that, you know, hey baby, I really would like to be intimate with you tonight. What works for you? Where are you at with that? Because, and that's something that we don't even say really. Like we kind of get into our game. Like we get doing our moves and we wait to sense the other person, don't we? Well, what if we actually do that? What if we, and y'all too, not with us, say that, like, hey, I'm really attracted to you right now, and I want to see about increasing the chances of physical intimacy with you. What would that involve right now? You know, and sometimes I know, like, if you were to say that to me, sometimes it might be like a massage, or it might be like, honey, make your moves, do your moves. Because, oh, God, when she turns it on, it's like,
Well, I actually remember not long ago that's what we did.
which part?
I just want to be touched.
Yeah.
I just I want to have just your hands on me. That's all.
Yeah, and be
right?
able to talk about that, because you can meet that need. And now, yes.
Yeah, and for it not to be like an ego hit or you didn't like that. You know, you like more than that before. You know, to have you listen, because it's so much more incredible when you're with your partner.
Yeah, so can we circle back to that ego hit piece?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of men, or the more masculine energy, or the more dominant sexual energy, that person can often be the pursuer. And it can often get tripped into performance. And if I can please you, therefore I'm doing a good job. And it does feed, right? It's that feedback loop. And if you don't communicate, if you don't actually ask, check in, or me say to you, baby, it's not you. I just want to be, thanks for the thumbs up. I just want to connect with you. And that was one of the big things for you personally, was like, let's just connect.
Yeah.
Please still touch me. And then we were still physically intimate in that moment, that I didn't want to have like the full-on orgasm. Oh my God. I didn't want to have an orgasm. I didn't want to have the whole thing. For me. But sometimes you don't, right? Like sometimes you're like,
No,
damn, I'm tired. It's like, really?
Just
And
like
just-
massage.
and still have that connection.
Absolutely. And you know, I think we've touched on it a little bit. And what if you're in a new relationship and there's some history that you might not even know about, and you, whether the recipient or the initiator, it can trip up different things. And it's really cool if to be that safe person, to be that person that can work through it together. And
Do you have an example of what that might be?
well, you know, it's funny because I remember having a conversation with this fella that was married, and she had big limitations. She just did not want him to perform oral sex on her at all. And he was really like bummed about that, because he really wanted to. And I said, you just got to take it slow. You just have to be with her and
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
What doesn't
Right?
feel okay? What might feel okay?
So Yeah, so that was really, I think, and so he wanted to try that. He just wanted to not have it be a no-go, but more of a, well, let's try just something gentle. Let's just, or have her speak, of course, and listen, and just know that it's not about him,
Mm-hmm.
and just to be there for her as a safe place.
And that kind of helps us segue into the idea of what's communication like in the moment of physical sexual interaction, right? What do you do if the one person is wanting it like maybe more risky or stronger or deeper, and the other one is like, no? How do you communicate your differences in sexual physical moments, in role play, in how positions, all of that? And how? Straight up say it. Straight
Yeah.
up. Just, being able to say, hey, you know what? It's not really feeling super good right now. Let's try this position. How many, and I can't speak for men, but how many women, how many of you out there, like I, have just kind of put up with some really shitty sex, or, things just not feeling really good and not speaking about it? Oh my God. How many women, how many of my friends I've talked to that have gone through that take one for the team, right? And that is an act of betrayal to ourselves. So being able to speak it, like, oh my God, you have really helped me with that voice, because you have no issue. You're like, nope, doesn't feel good. And I'm like, and I freak out from home, like, oh my God, I did something wrong. But then you're like, well, try this. I'm like, oh, we're still going. Sweet. Right? So it's about speaking it and then being able to be like, well, what about this? We'll try this. Okay, we'll twist this way. Okay, but what about this way? Right?
Or let's try it again another time. Right? And sometimes that's all it is. And it's the voice, as you say, it's being able to speak about it.
And not having, as a recipient, not taking it personally. Because guess what? It's not about you. If they're the ones that it doesn't feel really good, it's all about them. So respect that and be like, damn, okay, well, what's not working this time? Right? Because I know that we can do the exact same thing, the exact same motion, and sometimes it's like, damn, that's amazing. And sometimes it's like, or even it could be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's all about communication.
Well, it is. And especially if you're in a new relationship or a new experience.
Yeah.
Right? It's super important to be able to speak to that.
Yes.
And
to speak, period.
To all of it.
And afterwards, right? So you're laying there and being able to say, holy, was that ever neat? Or was that ever amazing? Or I've never done that before.
What was that you were doing?
How'd you do that? Look at that face. Right? So communication is really, really important. In fact, that's one of the things that you've said so often with me, is you are so grateful how much we do talk.
Yes.
In the midst of like foreplay and full-on action, and then afterwards.
Yeah, that's all new to me.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and it's just what we've experienced is it just brings us closer together, because it's like we're both working towards a common goal, right?
Yeah.
What?
It's good.
Does that sound funny?
It kind of did.
But it's true.
But it is true. It did.
Like we're all working towards like pleasuring each other.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. To have that experience.
And how else do you establish emotional safety? Because it is, I don't know, can you actually have full-on orgasm without emotional safety? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't
so.
imagine it.
I don't think so.
And so, how do you establish emotional safety? Is by sharing. Is by being like, oh, this is what it was like for me. What was it like for you? And wanting to listen to learn.
That's good.
Cool.
That just wrapped it up nicely, darling.
All right. Oh, we're at time. All right, y'all. We are back tomorrow talking about communication. Somehow.
Uh-huh.
I don't know quite what we're gonna what specific thing. Might be about how do you be a good listener.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah.
Because there's some really fun examples that we wanna role play and show you the differences. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited too. It'll be fun. It's good. It'll be fun.
You're awesome.
And please toss any ideas that you want us to cover, or how is this sounding? What comes up for you? Whether you toss us a message or a comment.
Yeah.
Feel free to share all that good stuff.
Yes.
Thanks for watching.
And please do share it, because you never know who in your network absolutely needs to hear this, because there's so many of us out there that hold back and just like assume, okay, well, this is as good as it's going to get. Oh, damn. It is way good. If you're not, I'm going to say it, if you're not screaming, you got some miles to go. All right. I said it.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, everybody. Love y'all.
Love you.
Mwah.
Thanks for tonight.
Yes.
See you tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.